Instagram, thank you for episode of the 41 Podcast. I am back here again with Landon, and for the first time in forever, Charlie.
Hello.
Yep.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, that's Charlie. You guys technically saw him in the last Minecraft video. He was in there for like 10 seconds, but here's a full Charlie reveal. Ooh. So.
I didn't rename it. Okay, so I have something to start off with.
Okay.
The Mario movie.
That's a good place to start, honestly. The Mario movie was pretty good, honestly. We talked about it a little bit last time, but Mario, really good movie. It's almost made $1 billion. Actually, it may have made $1 billion. I'm not sure. Let me check.
I think it has now.
I know it's like the highest opening weekend for an animated movie ever of all time, beating Frozen 2, which is pretty cool. Oh, yep, it's crossed $1 billion today. Wow. Well, Mario has made $1 billion at the box office. That does not surprise me in the slightest, honestly. I mean, it's Mario.
Yeah.
I think we all kind of expected it. We just didn't know it was going to happen. We all expected it. Anyways.
I'm trying to do something right now, so...
I do want to give a little update on Road Trip. A lot of you guys watching this video are probably really confused on what's going on with that. Just let me explain everything that's going on with Road Trip. You guys know my new original series coming out on YouTube. Where else would it be, honestly? We've all worked on it, especially Landon. Like, we wrote the script together, we wrote the screenplay. So yeah, Road Trip, it got canceled. I lost pretty much everything, the entire video, all my files, the entire voice acting I did. I lost it all. So I thought, okay, I'm going to cancel it because we could just remake the episode, but the same thing could happen to where it would not save. So, you know, I didn't want to waste that time to where it would just, you know, it would all just end up in the trash again. But I figured out a way to where it will work definitely 100%. So I uncanceled it the day after I announced that it had been canceled. So for all you wondering, Road Trip, it's uncanceled. It's still happening. It is being played 2024. First episode will premiere next month, the 31st at 7:30 p.m. So stay tuned for that. So please tune in for premiere. So I know you guys actually want more of it because this is kind of a beta episode. You know, see if do you guys even want this series? You know, will you guys even watch it? You know, I want to see the reception on it. So yeah. So that is what's going on with Road Trip. It's still happening. It's still happening. So it's not canceled, everybody. So I want to know that.
You guys want to see it? It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be pretty good. I can use one. I can say what I'm about to say. It's a movie term. Road Trip's been in production hell so far. It's been in production hell. I can say that. It's a movie term. It's in the business. Yeah, but it's happening. That's all that matters. Maybe delayed a little bit, but it's still happening. So, just so you guys know that. Road Trip's still happening. It's still happening. Also, Michael may appear in the video. Might appear in this video soon. We're not really sure on that. He said he was going to, but it's Michael. And all of us over the team have gotten used to him just not showing up to stuff.
Yeah. The one time he was here for like 20 minutes maybe. And then he left to go play Rocket League.
Yeah. So, anyways. We have got some news on Rick Astley, the one and only, the man himself. So, his second album, which he released back in 1989, called Hold Me in Your Arms, will be remastered and coming out May 12th. You can pre-order it now on his official website or on his YouTube channel. Please go do so. It's a great album, my second personal favorite of his. And, yes, it's getting a remaster. It sounds better, the quality and the songs are better. So, yeah, second Rick Astley album being remastered. What are your guys' thoughts on this?
Sounds pretty interesting, not even gonna lie.
Yes. That's what I was thinking. Same thing. Anyways, so CinemaCon was happening for the past week. If you guys don't know what that is, obviously we're this big event where all the movie companies get together and they like announce and talk about films that they are going to be releasing to theaters. So not streaming films, but you know, to get people hyped for the theaters, which is pretty cool. They've been doing it for years. But a lot of movie companies presented stuff. So let's talk about all these movies because we got quite a bit of movies to talk about. First of all, Nickelodeon, they announced that a SpongeBob movie will be going straight to Netflix about Sandy Cheeks and SpongeBob trying to save everyone from Texas. That's the plot of this movie. So what guys
Literally
is
the only streaming service I don't have.
yeah, so SpongeBob movie going straight to Netflix. Also, we got another announcement from Paramount Nickelodeon that a fourth theatrical SpongeBob movie will be happening. So one going to theaters. So that's pretty cool too. I must say so. I know a lot of people were disappointed with the last one, SpongeBob on the Run. I must admit it was not as good as the first two SpongeBob movies. I thought it was okay, but yeah, it was a downgrade in quality from the previous two SpongeBob movies. But yeah, so fourth SpongeBob.
Oh,
So like.
yeah, Sponge Out of Water.
Yeah, Sponge Out of Water was pretty good. Sponge on the Run was iffy. Yeah, so two more SpongeBob movies happening. One going to Netflix, one going to theaters. So that's pretty exciting. Next of all, Warner Brothers announced Beetlejuice 2, which is pretty exciting, not gonna lie. I like the first Beetlejuice movie.
Beetlejuice was a great movie.
That's a really good movie. I imagine probably Michael Keaton's going back for play Beetlejuice. At least that's what I would imagine. At least I would hope so, right? A few weeks ago we were like hearing about like they might do this. It wasn't confirmed yet, and we also heard that Jenna Ortega might be in it. So plus for Jenna Ortega fans like myself. I mean, it makes sense. She's working with Tim Burton on Wednesday. He is set to return to direct this, which is yes.
Wait,
That's
Tim Burton's gonna be directing?
yes, Tim Burton. He's gonna be involved with Beetlejuice 2, which is good. That's good.
Oh.
We know it's probably gonna be a good film. Next of all, we got some, more news from Paramount that they are making an animated Transformers movie. Now, I'm not a fan of Transformers, never seen the films, don't care for Transformers personally, but I know a lot of you might be Transformers fans, so I just want to bring this up. But one thing is that Optimus Prime will be voiced by Chris Hemsworth, which is interesting to me.
That doesn't matter. You said you don't like Transformers, bro.
I've never seen it. I don't care for Transformers. I've never seen it. I have no interest in it whatsoever.
You can watch it on Paramount Plus. You can find some on Hulu, I think. You can find some on YouTube. How have you never watched Transformers in your life?
Never. I've never watched Transformers. Although the toys are pretty cool. I have some of the toys. They're like, honestly, I like the toys. They're so fun to fiddle around with.
The movies are better than the toys.
What about the Bay films? I've heard those get like a lot of hate. The Michael Bay films?
I don't know about those. Honestly, I don't pay attention to who makes films or whatever they want.
All the live action Transformers films are the Michael Bay ones.
The live action ones are cool.
There's a new one coming out this year, another live action one. It's a prequel, actually. Rise of the Beast.
Spending the rest of my money.
Yeah, so I feel like this is gonna be another like Chris Pratt Marvel situation. People aren't gonna be on board with it, but as soon as they hear it, they're probably gonna be fine with it. So Chris Hemsworth's Optimus Prime. That sounds interesting to me, I guess. Doesn't really affect me personally, but it might affect.
The animated ones are good.
Yeah.
But I think the live action ones are much better.
And honestly,
I have a question. Have you ever seen any of the series at least? Like,
no, I've never seen anything Transformers. I've not seen anything Transformers related. Like nothing. But this doesn't bring me up with the point because
one job. And you guys did
the reason Paramount is doing this film animated is because they said that live action would be too expensive. It would have been like $1 billion movie if it would have been live action. So that just honestly makes me think, why aren't all films just animated? Like, imagine all those big blockbuster movies.
There
Like,
are some animated films, not all of them are live action.
yeah, like imagine like all of those like big blockbuster films that like cost like millions of dollars to make. Imagine how cheaper they'd be for movie companies to make if they were all animated, right? Like, you can do so much more with animation. Honestly, I feel like all films just should be animated. They'd just be better. That's just my opinion, personally. Like I said, I started thinking about that recently. Like,
well, your opinion is trash.
Anyways, Paramount announced a new Smurf movie. Like, we all needed that.
We did.
It's not even going to be called the Smurfs. It's going to be called the Smurf movie. Releasing February 14th, 2025. It's supposed to be a prequel about the origins of the Smurfs, because we were all wondering that. And we all definitely want another Smurf movie.
We got tiny blue people.
Who cares about this? Like, who cares about the Smurfs anymore? Like, honestly, like, the Smurfs are like, who's talking about the Smurfs? The Smurfs, I have a lot of nostalgia for the Smurfs, but like, I try to go back and rewatch those, like, mainly the two live action movies. The animated one's actually pretty good. I honestly like that one. The two live action movies, I just can't get into them anymore. I'm sorry. Like, the Smurfs is like, Why? Like, just stop. Like, it's the Smurfs. Like, no one cares about this anymore. Just, like, stop. Yeah, so the Smurfs come back with a new movie, 1025. That's something, I guess. We also got another movie, I think it was by Paramount. We got another movie announced, I think it was by Paramount, I think. It basically is a live action film directed by, I think it was either directed or produced by Ryan Reynolds and John Krasinski. So, you know, The Office, Deadpool. About a kid that sees everyone else's imaginary friends that have been forgotten, but only she can see them. Which honestly sounds like a really neat idea.
Sounds interesting.
Like, honestly, like, so basically,
one more time.
So a film being made by Ryan Reynolds and John Krasinski about a little girl that sees everyone's abandoned imaginary friends, and only she can see them. That sounds pretty neat.
It's like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Yeah, that's what everyone's thinking. That's what I was thinking. Bro, I love that show so much. I would binge that show. And honestly, Ryan Reynolds described it as a live-action Pixar movie, which, I mean, that sounds pretty good. I like Pixar. So, you know, it's an interesting idea that I'm probably going to check out when it does release.
I'll go watch it, that's for sure.
You know, it does sound like it sounds like, you know, they get pretty creative with design and stuff. It sounds promising. It does sound promising.
Yeah. Honestly, it does sound interesting.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna check it out. Of course, you'll have to wait for more information about like a cast, a plot, the trailer, and stuff. But right now, it sounds like something I'm definitely gonna check out when it does release. Anyways, I'm looking for more stuff to bring up because I didn't think we'd go through all this information this quickly. We went through it pretty fast.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna bring up Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 coming out next month, May 5th. Early reviews are in. It's sounding pretty good, not gonna lie. A lot of people are saying that it's really emotional but really funny too, which is, you know, that's pretty promising because you guys know Marvel recently. A lot of people have been kind of hating on it, but everyone kind of agrees that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is looking pretty good. So that's pretty good, honestly. But a lot of people are saying in their reviews that there is one scene in particular that is more emotional than Tony Stark's death from Endgame. If that's the case, I don't think I'm gonna be able to handle this movie. I will come out of the theater crying probably. I don't think I already know I'm going to cry with this movie. I already know that. But like, if they're saying it's more emotional than Tony Stark's death scene from Endgame, I don't think I'll physically be able to handle this movie. Like that's crazy. Like, really? More than Tony Stark's death scene? So we know someone's gonna die. There's gonna be at least one death of the Guardians. Someone's gonna die. And I am not ready for it. I will not be able to handle it. I've grown up with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I do not want to see anyone die, but it's the last Guardians movie with this team, so we know it's going to happen.
Think of who it might be.
A lot of people are saying Rocket, Drax, maybe Star-Lord.
Yeah, because
those are the big things.
Every single movie that people have died in, like for Guardians of the Galaxy, the outline of the color, the color of the letters,
yep,
has shown like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why people are thinking that.
Also, I think you may got that from Game Theory.
No, it's just a lot of other people are saying it too. I did hear it from them as well, but
yeah, that came from Film Theory. I'm pretty sure that's what sparked that. But I think that honestly might just be a coincidence. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure it might be a coincidence. Like, that's some level thinking if they've really put that much thought into a title card. Just saying.
yeah.
But yeah, I thought the trailers have hinted at it being Rocket too much, so I don't think it's going to be Rocket. right? Because I think they're trying to fool us and think it's going to be Rocket, but it's not going to be Rocket Raccoon. I don't think they're going to call it Rocket Raccoon. Drax could totally die, I feel like. They also got hinted that in trailers, though, so I don't think so. I think this was something that no one expects, but people are still attached to. Like, none of the, like, it's going to be one of the original, like, key members from the first movie. Like, none introduced in the second one, or the third one, or the holiday special. It's going to be someone from the first team. Who that is, I don't know. I mean, I'm an Iron Star-Lord. I think it might be Star-Lord, not gonna lie. I would ball at that.
It's Chris Pratt. He's probably gonna be the main protagonist.
Well, he is. He's the main character of all the Guardians films.
Yeah.
But, like, so, yeah.
Wow, I wonder what...
They could pull a Groot again, but I mean, yeah, they could kill off Groot. Like, it just seems like, yeah, like, Groot cannot die. It's Groot. So, we wouldn't have much attachment to that, because we've already seen him die, like, twice now. You know, there wouldn't be much of a, you know, an impact there. Nebula, maybe. Gamora's not gonna die again. She already died in Infinity War. There wouldn't be an emotional impact to it, you know? So, I feel like it's either gonna be Rocket... Yeah, it's gonna be Rocket, Drax, or Star-Lord. Like, it's gonna be one of those three. Which one? Not sure, but it's gonna be one of those.
Rocket or Drax.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be Rocket or Drax. I can see it being Star-Lord, but probably Rocket or Drax. And the trailer's making it think it looks like it's gonna be Rocket.
Hey,
Which,
didn't join them?
Who? You kinda cut out there, Charlie.
Thor?
Thor joined them, then left in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Which we don't talk about that movie.
It might be Mantis.
I mean, yeah, it could be Mantis.
But it could potentially...
I know a lot of people have have an attraction to that character. You know, have it like are emotional about that character. Personally, I don't think I'd be hit that hard by it. I'd be hit by it, you know, but I mean, we do see one shot in the trailer of like Star-Lord, like because for all people who did not watch the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special that came out last year, Mantis and Star-Lord are step siblings basically. So they could they could do something there with Mantis, be a very emotional death for Star-Lord. And seeing Star-Lord get emotional will probably get the audience emotional. So they could do that, actually.
Yeah.
They could do that. That's something that could actually, yeah, could totally happen. Yeah, but someone's gonna die. It could be more than one person. We don't know. It could be more than one person. You never know. A lot of people are saying Guardians 3 is very emotional. And, I cry at movies I shouldn't cry at, so I'm going to cry at Guardians 3. I don't think it's not even a theory, it's a fact. I'm going to cry at that movie. And I'm pretty excited for it.
Why not everybody gets wiped out? Everybody just got wiped out. So I got a movie like this. When we were supposed to cry?
Yeah. Yeah, I do cry movies pretty easily. I get really attached to movie characters. So, especially the ones I'm really attached to, like the Guardians, I'm gonna cry. Not sure who for, or what the scenario is gonna be, but I'm probably in. Also, we got some FNAF movie news. Actually, I uploaded a video about this yesterday, but I'm also bringing it up here too. It may only be one night in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, which is, kind of ironic, but story-wise, that makes sense. In the games, the security guard kind of ignores everything, just keeps going. But, in a realistic fashion, after the first night, you're going to be out of there. You're not going to be staying another night, with the animatronics moving around, coming to your office. You're just not going to do it. I'm sorry. You're just not going to. So one night makes sense. It makes sense. It's not anything new in the FNAF franchise. I've seen the security breach. So it makes sense, A lot like non-FNAF fans are going to be really confused with the title and the movie. I'm worried about that. But other than that, it's, I don't mind it. I don't mind being one night in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I'm fine with that.
But it's called Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes, that's a good point. But, they do want it to perform well, it's the name of the games, so, Anyways, I'm just looking through stuff, seeing what all I can bring up, because I am trying to look for something.
Talk about how bad Thunder was.
What? Charlie?
Talk how bad Love and Thunder was. How bad it was.
I mean, Love and Thunder, yeah, it wasn't great. I didn't think he was bad, personally, but, a lot of people did not like it. So, yeah. I feel like we're a couple months late. I'm talking about Love and Thunder. Like, came out in June last year. It's April this year, so you know. Anyways, I guess we can talk about the Flash movie coming out in June. Now, I know a lot of us are not DC fans. I get that, but this film, people are saying it's one of the best super movies ever made, and that's something that you gotta pay attention to. People are saying that it's on par with the original Batman and Superman films from like the 80s and 70s. That's something that you don't see very often, especially not from DC. And of course, this film does have Michael Keaton's Batman in it, which I'm very excited for. I am going to see this. I've not seen a DC movie in a long time, at least not in their cinematic universe. The last DC movie I did see was The Batman, which I thought was really good, honestly. One of the better super films I've actually seen. But The Flash is getting super positive reviews. Even the negative ones, they still point out positives about the film. So, this may be one of the best movies, like, of this year, honestly. So, what are your guys' thoughts on The Flash?
I was not paying attention. My bad. I was doing something.
Okay, well, to form Landon in on what we're talking about, The Flash is getting overwhelming, amazingly positive reviews. It's not come out yet, but from what we've seen, it is getting just amazing, positive. Honestly, people have struggled to find a negative review of this movie. That's how, like, good it's getting reviews. But you know, I mean, this film is kind of important. It is supposed to reset the DC universe. You know, they're going to restart with James Gunn, you know, with Superman Legacy in 1025. So, you know, there's that. So, a very important film, and also it's set to be a good film. So, you know, there's a, you know, maybe I hope that DC will live. Still iffy on that. The new Evil Dead movie just came out, Evil Dead Rise, of course, on the Evil Dead franchise. You know, I think we all know what that is. At least I hope so. Yeah. People in a cabin, Necromonicon, Sam Raimi, you know, Ash. I've seen them, they're okay. I've not seen the new one yet. I've heard it's got really good reviews, so it's probably good. Don't know if I'm going to check it out. I don't think I'm big enough of an Evil Dead fan to really check it out. But yeah, that might be something you guys are interested in, so you guys can discuss in the comments what you guys think about all this. Again, you do discuss. We'd love to hear what you guys had to think in the comments below. We would love that. Definitely love that. We got a little update on the live-action Ninja Turtles movie, which is apparently still in the works. Word about this back in 2021. It was first announced, and we haven't really heard anything about it. You know, the animated one's coming out this year. It looks promising. Apparently, a live-action Turtles movie is still in the works, which is, you know, good. You know, we have not gotten a live-action Turtles movie that was good in, like, a while. We don't talk about the Michael Bay Turtles. We don't talk about those here. We don't talk about them. So, yeah. Hopefully, that will be good.
I'll be right back. I'm about to start taking... I got some business to attend to.
Ooh, okay. See you in a minute. I guess talking some Godzilla vs. Kong 2. Yeah, Godzilla X Kong, as it has been announced. That's the title. Apparently, it's gonna have a big new original monster, so they're not gonna go back and do all the many Godzilla and Kong films to choose an old villain. Original monster looks very orangutan-like. So, yeah, so Godzilla X Kong, Godzilla vs. Kong sequel, new original villain. Pretty exciting. I'd say so myself.
So that was announced?
Yeah, Godzilla vs. Kong 2 was announced.
I like the first one.
The first one was okay. Yeah, I will admit it had problems. Like, you know, personally, it left me a little disappointed. But, you know, I feel like a sequel that can fix all those problems and make it better. You know.
We didn't really see who won.
Yeah. They didn't directly say who won, but I think it was confirmed later that it was Godzilla who won, technically. Godzilla. Which, I mean, okay, yeah, the trailers make it look like, one was gonna die. They were obviously not going to do that. It's Godzilla and King Kong. That would have been ridiculous. But yeah, so technically Godzilla did win. So this one they're gonna be working together, so not a rematch, so, you know, it's one of those things.
He had that axe or hammer or whatever it was.
He did have that axe. He did have the axe. One thing that a lot of fans are pointing out is that the first one was very Kong focused. We didn't get a whole lot of Godzilla in the film, honestly. It was very Kong focused. Yeah, I think we can all kind of agree on that. And the second film is kind of an ape-like villain, an orangutan. So, again, kind of going more with the King Kong kind of thing. Which, I mean, makes sense. The Godzilla films don't make as much money in America as they do in Japan and stuff. And King Kong generally does make more money in America, which is, the biggest place for movies. So, it makes sense. I still wish they would give a little love to Godzilla, I love Godzilla, I love Kong. Both mega fans of both franchises. So, hopefully this time we get a little bit more of an even split between Godzilla and Kong. It's not just focused on Kong, That'd be kind of nice. Okay, we got some live-action Disney movie news. Hooray. No one wants that. No one asked for it, but live-action Lilo and Stitch is happening. Okay. I don't have much to say about this one. Just live-action Lilo and Stitch. I don't think it...
Don't forget about live-action Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah, live-action Little Mermaid is coming out. Not...
Moana, all of it.
Yeah, honestly, I've kind of given up all hope on live-action Disney remakes. Each one gets worse and worse and worse. Like, the live-action Cinderella, honestly, was pretty good. Like, that was their first one. That wasn't their first one. The first one was Alice in Wonderland. They started off kind of strong with the Alice in Wonderland, Cinderella, Jungle Book. And they just got slowly worse and worse and worse with, like, Pinocchio and all those just bad movies. So I've kind of given up on live-action remakes. So live-action Lilo and Stitch is happening. I don't think it should, but...
The original live-action Pinocchio from, like, a while ago...
Yeah.
...was actually, like, mad creepy.
Yeah, the one from, like, the 80s, or I want to say 90s. Either one. Yeah, but there have been many Pinocchios, and, like... But we're not here to talk about Pinocchio, we're here to talk about Lilo and Stitch. Live-action Lilo and Stitch is happening. I don't really care. I don't want to care about it. They shouldn't make it. They should just don't. Like, why do you have to ruin every film that you ever make? Honestly. We got a first look at the Sonic sequel series going to Paramount Plus called Knuckles. Of course, it's going to be about Knuckles, who would have guessed. And we got just a little look, just
Cool.
a set photo. It looks fine, Just one of those little, check marker things that, they go action with. I should know what those are called, but I really don't. Yeah. So, looks promising. I do like the Sonic movies. But I gotta say, Sonic 3 coming out, I think, next year? I think? Has a lot of competition with Mario.
Oh, they're producing those, like, Toy Story and all sorts of other stuff. Like, sending out so many.
Yeah.
Deadpool 3.
Deadpool 3, yeah, that's something that we can talk about, actually. Deadpool 3 is in development. It's being made. Wolverine's set to return, which is pretty cool. Personally, I've not seen the X-Men movies. I have not seen the Fox universe. I've heard it's good. I've heard it's bad. I don't know. I'm going to watch those before Deadpool 3 comes out so I can cut up on them. Yeah, Deadpool 3, it's set to be rated R, which is, I'm glad Disney did do that. So technically, this will be Disney's first R-rated movie, but also technically not, since being made by Fox, and, Disney doesn't, they own Fox, but they're not directly making the movie. They don't make any of the Marvel movies, they just, they just release them, right? Just like how they do with Star Wars and Pixar. So technically, it's not a rated R film by Disney, but it's also a rated R film by Disney. So technically, they still keep their squeaky clean persona being, oh, we only make PG-13 films and PG and G. We don't make rated R films yet. Which, I mean, eventually it's probably gonna happen, right? They said they would never do PG. They did PG. They said they would never do PG-13. Then they made Pirates of the Caribbean. So, it's only a matter of time until we get a rated R Disney movie. But that is probably a long, long ways from now.
Yeah.
I feel like it will happen one day. One day, that's probably gonna happen. It's only a matter of time. Landon, I guess since you are back now, we can, what are your thoughts on Godzilla vs. Kong 2 being announced?
It might be pretty interesting.
Yep.
The last one was annoying because there wasn't, like, an actual good fight between the two.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah. I thought the first one had a lot of problems. You guys, if you got...
people that expected to get a fight between a giant lizard and a big old monkey didn't get it. And even for the short amount of time that they fought, nobody even won.
Well, actually,
They just quit, made up.
The director confirmed that Godzilla technically won because he was the one that got, was left standing after that one...
Technically won.
Yeah, the battle before Mechagodzilla...
Didn't show in the movie.
Yeah, so before they fought Mechagodzilla, Kong was on the ground, Godzilla was standing, so they count that as, oh, Godzilla won, which I mean, okay, I guess. But yeah, Godzilla X Kong, new villain, new original villain, so not from the many thousands of Godzilla and Kong films. Making a new villain, looks very orangutan-like, so they're going to have more of a, they're pushing it more to King Kong, which last film made major criticism. It was basically just a King Kong movie. It was not a Godzilla film. It was King Kong, honestly. Yeah, it was more focused on King Kong. Yeah, I hope in Godzilla X Kong there's more of...
King of Monsters.
Yeah, I hope there's an even split between Kong and Godzilla, which will probably not be the case since the villain is more orangutan-like, apes, orangutans, Kong. But hopefully we do get that. So, yeah.
Like, didn't Kong's entire race get wiped out besides him?
Yeah, this sort of thing. Because earlier, I think last year we were hearing about maybe this one will be about Son of Kong, which is an old film, but it does exist.
Yeah, because I remember seeing a trailer for something. I don't even remember what it was exactly, but it was talking from the perspective of his children or something.
Kong?
Yeah,
From, Skull Island?
I think it might have been a video game or something. I don't think that was anything official. Not like a
I don't
movie.
think it was anything official, but
Yeah.
it would still be cool to see
That would be see. But that'd be cool.
Baby Kong.
Yeah, but now with hearing about what the plot of this film is, with a big monster, them having to come together. I don't think they're just gonna focus on the Son of Kong. I don't think they're gonna do that. I just don't think it would fit into this movie. Maybe they'll do that in the future. I don't know. So yeah, I still am on board with the MonsterVerse. That whole series of films. I think it has a lot of potential. They I think the thing is that Godzilla does not make the same bucks that it does in America that it does in Tokyo. So a lot of the Godzilla films, they don't perform as well, as King Kong. So they just want to focus on King Kong and that's it. I have to tell them, you have more monsters. It's not just King Kong. You have Godzilla too. But money talks. So who knows?
That's why we've seen mostly Kong instead of Godzilla in the first Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah. That's most likely true, But it's more focused on Kong, so yeah.
The axe is pretty cool.
That was a very cool axe, very cool axe. I guess we could this something I did want to bring up. So Puss in Boots Last Wish and Mario, both made by Universal, one made by DreamWorks and Illumination, which are technically both together now, so technically they're the same company, kind of. They work together, basically. And they both had 2 original songs, and only one song in that film, Peaches and Fearless Hero from Puss in Boots, and Mario. Which one do you guys prefer, Peaches or Fearless Hero?
Peaches.
Yeah.
Mario, Luigi, and the Donkey Kong.
Okay, we don't get copyrighted.
Sorry.
Personally, I gotta go with Fearless Hero. I don't know. I like Puss in Boots more than Mario. Maybe it's because I have more of an emotional attachment to that character. Now we play a lot of Mario, but with Peaches, it took me a while to start.
Every single Mario game.
I played 2 Mario games. With Peaches, it took me a few listens. To get me to start singing it in my head, for it to get stuck in my head. With Fearless Hero, first time I heard it in the film, it was immediately stuck in my head. So I don't know. I guess in my opinion, it's the better song, and it should have been nominated for the Oscars this year for Best Original Song, which it was not, and which was, how dare they? Peaches might, which I hope it does because it was so good. So I hope it does win. honestly, because it's very good. But Fearless Hero still did not get nominated.
Yeah, I hope Peaches wins just because it's good.
Honestly, but Fearless Hero should have been too because it was an amazing song, honestly. From Puss in Boots, and did not... What?
What?
I don't know. You said something, Charlie. I didn't understand it, so...
Oh. In the movie, Mario, Bowser, when he was singing that, he had unspoken riz.
Yep, Bowser has W Riz. Anyways... that new Nicolas Cage vampire movie came out, Renfield.
Oh, Renfield, yeah.
I saw it. It was good. Not an amazing masterpiece or anything, but it was okay. Nicolas Cage Dracula is an amazing thing, honestly. Really good. A really good thing. like, if you're interested in the movie, just go see it because of Nicolas Cage. It's amazing as Dracula, honestly. It's like one of the best things I've ever seen in my entire life. So yeah, Renfield was good.
Big George Foreman, that movie's coming out.
Yep. I've seen little teasers for that film and stuff. I've seen little TV spots. I'm not personally interested in it. It's like a movie about boxing, which is a sport. I'm not into sports, so I'm not really into sports movies. Like, I've seen them, of course, like, Bad News Bears, Tom Hanks. I like those movies. But I'm just not very into sports, so I don't check out a lot of sports movies. It's just my thing. But it looks like it'd be a good movie. It looks like it's well made.
Boxing is one of the best things I've heard.
Yeah, not really into boxing, honestly. So yeah, if you guys are sad about that.
I used to box, so that's.
Yeah, so that's the movie that's coming out. Personally, I'm not gonna go check it out, but if you guys want to, you guys can, of course, Oh yeah, we actually got something I forgot to mention about Sony at CinemaCon. They announced a new Spider-Man spin-off movie. Because of course they did. Why wouldn't they? This one, no, they didn't announce it, but they gave an update on the Kraven the Hunter movie, which is a Spider-Man villain, a little lesser known. They were doing this whole thing with Venom, Morbius. We all know how that went.
It's morbid.
Yeah, but and apparently they give a little update on Kraven the Hunter. Apparently it's gonna be rated R, like super bloody and violent. Which I'm just thinking, you should get that to Venom. If there's any Spider-Man villain that deserves the rated R treatment, it's Venom. How do you even Morbius could have used a rated R rating. It would have been better if it would have been rated R. And Kraven the Hunter will be rated R, so I think it'll generally be better than Venom and Morbius. But man, I'm just thinking, okay, if you're gonna give this one a rated R rating, why didn't you with Venom and Morbius? And of course the answer is, they weren't sure they were going to perform well, so they made them PG-13. That's, of course, the other thing.
They want Peter Pan to watch it.
Yeah, Peter Pan. Charlie's right. Peter Pan came out yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
I have not watched it. I have...
Oh, it came out yesterday?
Yeah, on Disney Plus. I have zero interest for Peter
I
Pan.
might watch it. I don't know if I will.
I just have given up on all hope on Disney live-action remakes. If they make a good one, then, okay, I'll check them out. But if they keep being bad like they have been for a while, I will not care in the slightest. Honestly.
Yes. I remembered about that, so I thought I should share.
Yeah, so Peter Pan, it looks like it would be a fun movie. It looks like it has a good production, I guess. I don't know how much to say about it, honestly. The first Peter Pan, the original, it's an okay movie. A little dated, but it's still a good, fun animated movie. I just think they should stop with the whole live action stuff. It's just it's getting to a point where people are kind of realizing now that, oh yeah, most of these films are really bad. Not just the critics, the general audiences are kind of realizing, oh yeah, these films are not very good. And they're starting to get a lot of hate. Mainly live action Little Mermaid. That film's getting a lot of hate, and I can see why. Mainly on the, on the designs of the characters, like Sebastian and Flounder. With the whole live action thing, especially with the animals, that when they turn into live action, you kind of lose the emotion in the faces of the characters, right? With live action Lion King, there was just no emotion in the lions, and with the anime movie, there was so much emotion in the characters, in the animation. With live action, it's a lion. You can't see very much emotion in that, and it's not even a real lion, so of course there's zero emotion in it. That's the real problem with live action movies with animals.
What about the Jungle Book though?
Jungle Book was okay. It was okay. It's one of the better Disney live action remakes. I'll admit that it's one of the better ones. But I don't think it was good. I think it was okay. Some things in it were actually better than the original, in my opinion. But I feel like the original is superior to the live action one. The whole final battle with Shere Khan and the fire, the jungle, and Mowgli, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
I remember watching that film and thinking this one is okay. There's been worse Disney live action remakes, and there's also been betters. That's one of the mid ones, honestly. With a mid.
Fast X is coming out too.
Oh yeah, that is true. Personally, I'm not a fan of Fast and Furious movies. I've never seen them. Sorry, it's one of the films that I could never get behind. Fast X. So you guys not be excited for that? Marvel released a trailer for the Marvels, a new movie, a sequel to Captain Marvel. It looks okay, I guess. The first Captain Marvel was fine, in my opinion. I think it gets too much hate, honestly. just because of Brie Larson. I think she's a fine actress. Like, she doesn't deserve the hate she gets. She really doesn't. Near as Captain Marvel. So yeah, it looks fine. I'll say it looks fine. I guess we talked about HBO Max now. They're kind of rebranding, just being called Max now. That's something. And when they did that, they announced a lot of new things, like I'm not sure how many people here have seen the Batman, the one from last year. Has anyone seen that here?
I have.
I haven't.
Okay, well, they announced a sequel series just about the Penguin that's coming to Max. It's supposed to be rated R. It looks okay. You know, they're still filming it, so it's got a little brief glimpses of footage. It looks fine. They're making a Harry Potter reboot series for HBO Max, or just Max now. I've never seen Harry Potter. I know it has a very big fan base, and I know a lot of fans are going to hate this. A lot of people are going to love it. Reboot series. And the thing that really is, like, it really ticks me off about that announcement video is that they use, like, the Harry Potter theme. They use, like, the logo style. They use everything from those old films to announce a new reboot. That is, like, what? Like, can you really reboot that franchise? That's so iconic now. It's like, even, like, with the reboot, you're using stuff from that previous series. It's like, that's how iconic Harry Potter is. I feel like, they can just thoroughly explore all the books further with a series. So each season, one book, which is what they're going to do. It could be good. I mean, I've never seen Harry Potter, so I can't really speak on this. But the fact that they use, like, that stuff from the original series and use it to announce a reboot, it just really makes me mad. Because, like, you want to distance yourself from that. You want to, distance yourself from the original Harry Potter series. You want to distance it. That's not what they're doing. They're just really just reusing the stuff or whatever. little side tangent.
Season 3 got, like, an MVP or something.
Yeah. We also got a little update on the
I've only seen like 2 episodes of Mandalorian.
I've not watched Mandalorian. I've never seen Star Wars, so can't speak on anything Star Wars related. Can't speak on Star Wars. I don't want to speak on Star Wars because I probably be wrong in anything I talk about. So I'm just not gonna talk about Star Wars. I'm sorry.
Chicken Run Nugget. Chicken Run Dawn of the Nugget.
Chicken Run 2 is supposed to come out sometime this year. I think it's strange that we haven't heard any news about it since like it's supposed to come out this year, and I think this year or next year. I'm pretty sure it's this year actually. And we just have not heard. It's supposed to be my Netflix, Aardman, Chicken Run sequel. Haven't heard anything about it. No teaser, no news, no poster, no nothing. I mean, like, I like the first Chicken Run. It's a good movie, and I'm intrigued by a sequel idea. I'm wondering where could they go with that story. So I do hope we can play on Chicken Run 2 very soon because I do. Getting back to Oh yeah, the Hunger Games also getting rebooted on Max. I've never seen Hunger Games, so I can't really speak on that. There's so many franchises that I haven't seen. I will watch them one day. Just give me time, guys. Please, I'm busy. I'm very busy. That could be fun. They're making a Conjuring series on Max. I've never seen the Conjuring movies. I've seen a few of the Conjuring movies. I've seen a few of the Annabelles. They're not really my taste. I mean, it's the only horror cinematic universe there is, so it's kind of neat. I will admit that I'm always intrigued by The Conjuring, but I'm not a fan of the Conjuring films. But Conjuring series, that could be fun. They also announced a CinemaCon, Conjuring 4, so there's that for all you Conjuring fans out there. Getting back to Max, again, they announced a Pennywise series on HBO Max, or Max, which is pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah.
We've heard about this for a while now, but we got a little news that maybe Bill Skarsgård, of course, which played Pennywise, might not be returning, which is honestly really, I don't know how I feel about that. Because I feel like he's really good at playing Pennywise, And I would hate to see that character recasted.
Okay, a question that's been bothering me. Who would win, Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers?
Jason. Jason, hands down.
Personally, never seen a Jason movie. I've seen the Halloween movies.
I've seen both Jason and Halloween. I personally like Halloween better, but I'm not going on personal. I'm going on physical strength. Michael is he's super powerful. He's a superhuman, but he's still that thing. He's a human. With Jason, he's an undead zombie. Jason can't die. Jason's a living zombie. Michael's a human. And at the end of the day, it's gonna be Jason that wins. I'm sorry. It's gonna be Jason. Michael can't.
Had his head.
Yep. Like, Michael, at the end of the day, he's a human. Jason's a zombie. He just can't win. I'm sorry. I like Michael better than Jason. I will any day. But, you know. He's,
The original Jason movies. Like, awesome.
Yeah, like the first four, Friday the 13th films are really, like, they're not, I'm not gonna say they're good films. You know, they are just rip-offs of Halloween. But they are better than the rest of them. I'll say that. My personal favorite, Friday the 13th, part 4, the final chapter. And I like in those ones, Jason was human. So, if we're talking about the original Jason against Michael, that's actually a pretty close battle. That could be either one. Right? Because, you know, in those earlier films, before, every Jason film before 5, he's human. He's human in all those films. He is a human being. It's not until part 5 where he becomes a zombie. So, if you're talking about early Jason versus Michael, that could be even battle, honestly.
Or Godzilla versus Jason.
I saw that on YouTube years ago. What?
Who would win?
Everyone knows Jason Voorhees, obviously. Like, Godzilla. This is not a question. Godzilla.
Obviously, Mickey Mouse would win.
Oh, well, obviously, man. Like, of course Mickey Mouse would win. I mean, he has the money. He could just, like, call him when he wants to.
Beat everybody.
What?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
You just call Toodle for his mystery tool.
Yeah.
Oh, doodles! Anyways, y'all, update on, The Exorcist reboot coming this year. I don't know if you guys seen The Exorcist. I haven't,
I haven't, but I know about it.
Yeah, a very iconic horror film. Apparently, it's, they're trying to do a reboot trilogy. You know, they're doing the whole Halloween 2018 thing where they ignore all the sequels, just focus on the original, right? They're doing that thing. It's supposed to have returning characters and stuff. It's supposed to have multiple possessions, which sounds like a neat idea, actually. Not just one, but multiple. Supposed to be making a trilogy, kind of like they did with Halloween. Which, I mean, the Halloween 2018 trilogy was, you know, 2018 Halloween was strong. Halloween Kills was okay. Halloween Ends was, you know.
Should they made the Ash vs. the Evil Dead series? Should they have made it, or should they waited?
The what now?
The Ash vs. the Evil Dead series, or should they just waited?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember when that came out. I watched like an episode of it because like that was back when I was really really young, like too young to be watching that kind of stuff. But I'd seen the movies and like I was intrigued by the series. I watched the first episode. I just kind of forgot about it. With that, I feel like it would have worked well now because like now we're getting a lot of horror series. We're gonna get the Friday the 13th thing on Peacock. We're getting the Chucky series, which is season 3 coming out this year. So I feel like now that would have done well, but back then when it premiered back in 2015, it was kind of destined to fail. But Ash vs. the Evil Dead was interesting, honestly.
Can't say it was the best Evil Dead shows.
Yeah. But, so far it's been the last time we've seen Ash in the Evil Dead franchise, because, of course, in the new film...
I'm not talking much. I'm beating up LeBron James with Superman.
Oh, well, that's entirely understandable, man. Yeah, the new Evil Dead film does not have Ash in it. You know, so... Maybe the last time we ever see Ash in the Evil Dead franchise was in that series, so, you know... I guess that's kind of important because, you know, just that reason, but, you know... Don't much to say about that. I was thinking of something to bring up, and then oh yes, oh yeah, okay. Now, something else coming to Max: the Gremlins animated series, the prequel series, coming to Max next month. I am unbelievably excited for that. Just so excited. I love Gremlins so dearly. I'm really never been excited for anything more in my life. The FNAF movie, Toy Story 5, get that out of here. Gremlins: Secrets of the Mogwai is where it's at. I'm so excited for that, and I cannot wait.
I saw your reaction on it.
I screamed like a little girl, not even capping. I'll link that video in the description.
I saw it.
I'll link it in the description of this video. I've never been, I never had such a crazy reaction to anything. I've never been so excited for anything in my entire life. I can't wait for that. I really hope that does well, so they'll make Gremlins 3. Like, I really want that. That needs to happen. They have a script. It's at Warner Brothers. They have a script. It's just that they're not doing anything with it. Like, I need to calm myself before I start screaming like in the last episode. So yeah, Gremlins series on HBO Max. So excited. I wish it would have been a sequel, but I'll take... It's been like 1990 was the last time we ever got anything Gremlins. 1990. I will take anything I can get. I'll take anything I can get. Gremlins related.
So a reboot of Gremlins.
Not a reboot. It's a prequel to the original movie.
Yeah, Secret of the Mogwai.
We're supposed to get the origin of the Mogwai's Gizmo, which is something that I think everyone's been kind of wondering ever since they were born. So, you know, that's going to be pretty fun. Let me think.
I'm looking for something that I saw earlier.
Oh yes, this month they're also releasing on Disney Plus a Muppets series, which is, you know, I love the Muppets so dearly, and it's funny about the Electric Mayhem, the band and the Muppets. So it's like a spin-off series. The thing that worries me is that Disney is releasing all the episodes on one day, which they, to my knowledge, have never done before. Netflix does that. Disney does the weekly, so I don't think they have a lot of faith in the series, right? And that worries me because like I don't think they're giving the Muppets a chance, right? So that's like, Disney really.
I have a question.
Okay.
Have any of you guys heard of the movie that came out this year? It's called like something like Skinamarink.
I have heard of Skinamarink. I have watched a few videos on it. I've not seen it. Very
I haven't seen it either. I heard it's really creepy, but
very psychological, like
it's just like an hour and a half of just staring at a wall.
Yes, like very psychological, experimental horror. Like, you know, really like subtle things. Like, you know, just like like very. I'm not seeing it, but I've heard what the film does is that it just builds up. It builds up little tiny things into you know, just it builds up more fear in you with every little thing that happens. Which I mean, it's effective, right? I think it work, but I feel like with Skinamarink, I've seen like either it's a masterpiece or it's trash. Like I've seen like I guess more reviews that says yeah it's fine. I feel like
it was absolutely scary and traumatizing. But what I've seen of it, all you see is a wall and then somebody whispering. And
yeah.
There's one part that was kind of scary, but besides that, there's nothing really that bad.
One thing I do have to point out is that film is by a YouTuber. I forgot the YouTuber's name, but that does, you know, I like YouTubers getting like big things like that, like making movies and stuff, right? Makes me happy when I see that because, you know, I want that to be me one day. I guess about movies, YouTubers getting movies. Markiplier releasing a movie. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
It's
Markiplier in space was kind of cool.
Yes.
Like how you got to choose the fate of everybody on the show.
Don't know if you guys seen it, but he played this horror game a few months back called The Iron Lung. It, had not actually watched that. I should probably watch that before the movie comes out. I am gonna go see that. I do want to support my fellow YouTubers. I'm gonna have to watch that. But I've heard the game's good. And apparently he liked it so much that he reached out to the creator and he made a full movie out of it. The teaser released on his channel a few months ago. I think like a few weeks ago actually. Let me check his channel. Let's see how many views that has, because I imagine it had a lot. The movie's something called The Iron Lung, by the way. The Iron Lung will be the name of the movie. Yeah, 3.6 million views 8 days ago. Iron Lung official teaser trailer. Yeah. So, I guess we'll have to wait till that comes out, see if it's good or not. I hope it's good, you know. I do like, you know, YouTubers getting their own, like, movies and stuff. That's always, I love when I see that. And, of course, Markiplier being one of the biggest YouTubers, just one of the biggest YouTubers. I'm happy for Mark. Happy for Mark. So anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the 4th One Podcast. We had a lot of fun. We discussed a lot of stuff, mainly movie news, but we got a lot since our last episode, so, you know, that was warranted. Oh, actually, I do have something to bring up before we end off this episode. Pixar's Elemental is coming out in a few months, in June. But before that, there's going to be a short film about Up, you know, Carl and Doug. It's supposed to be the last time we ever see the Up characters. Which, you know, is...
Doug is the goodest of boys.
That's kind of, you know, like... watching Shrek, I'm gonna get emotional because Up is like a great movie, a great Pixar movie. It's gonna be the last time we see those characters. That's gonna be quite saddening to watch that, honestly. The last time we are gonna see
Yes.
that's gonna be sad. So I'm so excited for Elemental. Can't wait till that comes out.
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess now, bye bye, Scott on Thacker.